So watch this video if you want to learn Java programming this year. We're going to do the only three things you need to get started. We'll show you how quickly you can get started playing with this thing, because playing is key, having fun is key, and just seeing things happening, and from there you can go on to learning what you are actually need to learn to get new things done to make your dreams come true. So as you saw, I clicked create new Spring Starter project. I'm going to call it my new project, and then I'm just going to click next, and we'll choose some things for it to include for us, and I'm not going to explain those to you in this video. I'm just going to include them because we are going to need them now and for later. So these are, if you see Spring Boot, DevTools, ThymeLeaf, and Spring Web, you're cool. You can click finish. Now it creates things for you, and you can go in here and see the code it's created, and it's created this code basically, which starts your web application. So we could now actually just start the application, and we could get an application that doesn't do anything, but it starts. So let's have a look. We'll choose Spring Boot app, okay, and we'll get some information here that it's starting. And you can see it says it started on something called port 8080 with HTTP. So let's go to our browser, and we can see on localhost 8080, that's what we are looking for. And it says white label error page, this application has no explicit mapping for blah blah error. So you're seeing this as a fallback. But that's cool, because that's our app talking to us, even though we haven't told it what to do yet, so it doesn't know what to do, so there's an error. But it's up and running. Okay, so that's really, really cool. So now all we have to do is a couple of things. We need one file to tell it how things are going to look on the web page, because web pages are created out of something called HTML, which you have probably heard of, and to control what's inside the HTML, the data, we are going to have some Java code. So first we are going to create our controller, the Java code that controls what's on the page. So we go to new and class, and let's have a page that calls us by name. So let's call it greetings controller. And in our greetings controller, I'm not going to explain all the code to you. I'm going to type it out, and you'll see a couple of things. So it's a controller. I tell it the code that once more here, and you can see my IDE, this thing here, the Spring DevTools. It tells me, oh, there's something wrong here, and for some certain kinds of wrongs, you can have the IDE help you to actually fix what's wrong. And so here it says import controller, which is what I want. So you're going to learn this, what's the right thing for it to do, but not in this video, as I said. Okay, so let's create a mapping. So like every web page you go to, it's either on the root here, or there is something after the slash, like index or resource, hello. So this is the mapping. We're creating the mapping, and we wanted to go to, well, greeting, because we are going to get greeted, and because greeting and getting greeted is nice. So I'm just going to write this code out. So we have a method called greeting. It takes something called a request parameter, which we'll call name. The name is name, and we're going to say it's not required that you put in a name. You're not required to tell the web page your name, but if you don't, I will default. I will have it call you Sten. So there you go, because that's my name. And so string name model Jing Jung, and there. Okay, so we have the IDE telling us it wants me to do this thing, And this one I'm going to fix later. Request param I'm going to fix straight away. So import, yes, thank you. And one more, yes, thank you. Thank you. And now, okay, I'm going to ignore that for the time being because it will fix itself very quickly. So add. So here you can see the IDE is showing me things things I want to do, and I want to do this one. I want to do name. The name is the name, and I'm going to return greeting, and this without revealing too much. It's actually the name of the template, which is the HTML, the page we are going to see. And so I'm going to create a page, a file called greeting HTML. And in greeting HTML, I'm going to put some HTML, which I've conveniently written. And so let's see if we can have our application actually show us something at all at this greeting page. Oh, so it goes hello Stan because that was the default value, remember? So if I type in name here, and I should know your name, if I knew your name I'd put in your name. So I'm going to do this, hello your name. And so, okay, so the game is on, we started to play. And so there are many things here that we have no idea. There's greeting, controller, name. So default values here, there's a name, there's a greeting, and there's a greeting. So how do all these connect together? And this is how we can start playing around. And I'm just going to show you a couple of things. So this name here, what's that do? So name, if I say hello, so what does that do? So our server restarts when I save the file, and now if I go back here and I refresh the page, oh, it goes back to Stan. Now why is that? Stan is my default name, so maybe it's this name. So if hello is name equals your name, yes, then that goes back in there. Okay, so that's interesting. So let's not call it hello because that's very confusing. Let's call it name again, and let's see that the server restarts. And now hello should not, now it said when I refresh it should say Stan because it's default. And now we need to go back to calling this the name, and yes, it's your name again, which happens to be true. Hello true, so that's true. And so this name, what's this name? We can call this an attribute. So what changes? See, the IDE says, oh, there's something wrong here. You know, it doesn't recognize this variable anymore because now I've called it attribute. Okay, and so we restart the server, and this still holds. Okay, so that holds. And Stan Morten is my fuller name, not full but fuller name. And then we can have a look into the greeting HTML, which basically just says, you know, hello and name. So this probably has got something to do with what's in this model, right? So if I do it like this, okay, let's go back to calling this thing name, and let's make sure it works. Okay, it seems to be working. Did I restart the server, or did the server restart itself? Seems to be working, so let's go in here and have a look. So hello, I like you. Now what happens now? Yes. Oh, that's so sweet. Okay, so that's all. Now you can start playing, and now you have this foundation. You can really start to have a think about what do you want my code to do, and that's a great starting point for learning more instead of starting with cramming everything. So if you like this, then I invite you to find the button somewhere on this page, to click that button and to learn more, because it's programming is so much fun, and I really enjoyed making this video for you. I hope you enjoyed it too, and I'll see you soon. Okay, bye bye.